Good afternoon to our listening and viewing audience. Those of you who are waiting eagerly to get our weather update or weather report, here with us this afternoon is meteorologist Mr. Lenard Josiah, and he has all the news for us this afternoon. I'm not sure, I did not take a peek, but I guess all things are going as he predicted yesterday, and so he's going to take us through. Welcome this afternoon, Mr. Josiah. How are you doing?
I'm not bad at all. Welcome to you. Welcome to our listening and viewing public here this afternoon. We continue to do this as a service to our listeners and keep them abreast as really what's really happening today this afternoon. We're looking outside. We are seeing the wonderful blue skies, tropical sunshine, nice in the afternoon. We don't have the haze. The forecast, by the way, the forecast suggested by my colleague Lon is that we should see an increase in clouds and showers overnight, mostly for tomorrow, as a weak tropical wave moves on by. So he has called for an increase in clouds and some showers, possibly up to an inch of rainfall, and that's exciting good news. And so I'm going to. I'm going to see whether or not that really materialized. But hey, I'm supporting my colleague this afternoon with the expectation that we will have some showers, much needed showers.
Showers are good news. And to tell you the truth, I went to look some seedlings today. When I got there, the place was just getting closed. But I think I'll be in time tomorrow. Doesn't matter what happened, I'll still plant my stuff.
Is the best
So
time
what's
to plant
happening
your
in the
stuff.
Atlantic? What's happening with that? The weather we had disturbance yesterday. Has it progressed?
Oh, definitely. Well, yesterday morning it was a tropical disturbance. Yesterday afternoon it was a tropical depression. This morning it became tropical storm Gonzalo. So definitely we are talking about tropical storm Gonzalo, and I can show you that. Let me just share my screen right now so that you could see exactly what's taking place with it. Again, we are looking at a very tightly wrapped tropical system. And here is Antigua and Barbuda on the map right up on top here. And this is our tropical storm Gonzalo as this afternoon. It continues to wrap itself up. The National Hurricane Center is suggesting that this particular feature is finding some favorable atmospheric conditions, and it is wrapping itself up right now. During the next couple of hours, etc., we are anticipating that it will move towards the west to northwest, and as it moves towards the west to northwest, then we will basically see that as it moves towards the west northwest, coming generally in the vicinity of the southern Caribbean. And by the way, I can point this out to you right now, those of you who are seeing the chart right now. Here, as of 5 p.m. this afternoon, is Tropical Storm Gonzalo. And come tomorrow afternoon, 2 p.m., there's a very strong likelihood that we will see a Hurricane Gonzalo just to the southeast of Barbados. And by the time it enters into the Eastern Caribbean and the Southern Caribbean, sometime 2 p.m. Saturday afternoon, it will weaken somewhat because it will encounter some atmospheric conditions that is not necessarily conducive for strengthening and become a tropical storm and move on towards the west northwest. So definitely this is something worth watching, and we will be keeping our eyes on it because we are definitely looking at it being in the vicinity of the Southern Caribbean islands come sometime in the next 2 to 3 days. So here is the 5 p.m. Location as of this afternoon. Location at 9.9 degrees north, 45.0 degrees west, or 1,110 miles east of the southern Windward Islands. Maximum sustained winds are 50 miles per hour. It's presently moving towards the west at 270 at 14 degrees. And it's very strong likelihood that we will see a tropical a hurricane be coming out of this feature this after. Well, it's something that we would definitely have to watch. But as it stands right now for us, the more likely path is toward the southern parts of the region. we are here in Antigua and Barbuda, and the rest of the Leeward Islands continues to sit pretty much safe for right now. But residents of our Twin Island states and further afield would definitely want to monitor the progress of this system.
So Gonzalo, that's the name?
Gonzalo, that's right.
And Gonzalo has become now a tropical storm. It's official.
Tropical storm. Yes.
That's quick. That's quick from a disturbance to a depression and now to a tropical storm, and it has all the potential to become a hurricane later within the next 24 hours. But
that's right.
We don't get scared. Don't get scared, people in the northern, in the Leeward Islands. We are not into the picture anywhere as it looks now. That's what you're saying.
That's right. For us here in Antigua, we are generally okay. Okay. If I may go back to that to my shared screen again, and I would want to reference our chart right here. Now, the more likely path that is expected to take a path between St. Vincent and the Grenadines and even down as far south as Grenada. It's going to be passing just to the south of Barbados. If we are talking about a worst case scenario, the line just to the north highlights the worst case scenario that it can pass over St. Lucia. But if it does pass over St. Lucia, then it can jog a little bit more closer to us here in Antigua and Barbuda. But St. Lucia and Antigua, we have still quite a bit of miles between these two islands. So in terms of the core of the system is expected to pass sufficiently towards the south to spare us any of the hard winds, etc. But the more likely path is really towards St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So for us, we are still expecting that some of the clouds can still spin across us, bringing some increase in clouds and some showers over our Twin Island state. But the bulk of the system is expected to pass sufficiently towards the south and to spare us and spare Antigua and Barbuda the brunt of the hurricane or tropical storm as it may be, as it passes on Saturday.
How far, how wide, how big is this system? Will it impact other islands like Grenada, St. Lucia, if it passed through that area?
Very good question. No, the tropical storm Gonzalo is a relatively small system as compared to other mega systems that have tropical storm force winds out to 120, 150 miles out. Well, tropical storm Gonzalo only has tropical storm force winds extending outward up to just 35 miles. And that's good news in the context of the hazards that is expected to pass through the southern Windward Islands. It means then that the area that will be exposed to this particular system will be very small in the context of the potential damage it can do. So in terms of the expanse of the system, it's not a broad system. Only has winds, tropical storm force winds out to 35 miles. That's certainly good, but as it moves further towards us, there is a strong likelihood that it can go in size. And if it does go in size, then the impacts can be more widely felt throughout the Southern Caribbean.
Well, that's certainly good news. Good news for everyone. If it does come to land, it will impact a very small area. Especially because most of those islands are bigger than we are, larger islands than we are. And so we're hoping for the best, and we're hoping that it stays that way until it passes all the areas, where populated areas, so that we wouldn't have much impact.
That's right. That's right. But nonetheless, we are still in the month of July. We're looking at a tropical system, and we're looking at a tropical storm. And by the way, I should tell you, this is the earliest 7th named storm on record. That should say something. Wow. It beat 2005. Now a record already again. So 2020 is already a record-bearing year with respect to tropical storm activity. But let's continue to remain safe. Let's continue to be remaining vigilant as we head down into the peak months, where the activity is likely to ramp up, and we are likely to expect to see tropical storms and hurricanes coming off the coast of Africa and impacting somewhere of the islands. Hopefully, they will stay out towards the Atlantic Ocean, but should one pass through, then we should be prepared.
Okay, and so I'm watching it, and if my calculation is right, it's like a storm, a named storm for each week so far in the hurricane season. And if that's the pattern it's planning to take, then we're going to brace ourselves to be always prepared so that we are not caught unawares.
That's right.
Preparation is the word. It's not coming our way, but if it happens, if something develops and happens to be coming our way, let us be prepared.
Let us be prepared. I'm happy that you said that.
Yes. So I want to thank you again this afternoon for coming on and for giving us a weather update. Things change swiftly, and from all that development coming on, tomorrow when we get here, we may be talking about hurricane, tropical.
Possibly.
Yes.
Possibly. And it just behoves and it just behoves those individuals who are listening to this broadcast, and if you're in the Southern Caribbean, that you should pay very close attention to this, as it is a developing story.
Absolutely. So I want to thank you again for coming on and for bringing our weather update. Very soon, people will see the importance of what we're doing. So may God continue to bless you and keep your mind sharp. Okay,
great stuff.
Take care.
Okay, right. Okay, bye-bye. Okay.